What's up everybody, welcome back. Today we are doing a little bit different, not a photography related video, but another E46 update. Evo's still not back, so working on this car as always. Today we're doing a DIY kind of video with the new Drift HQ dual caliper brackets. I saw this on Facebook, hit them up, I was like, yo, I want to get this. I had these little welding tabs that I was going to do, but I couldn't find anybody to weld, so ordered this kit. Instead of M3 rear calipers, this one uses E39 calipers, so I don't know, I didn't even open the box. I just got it. I'm actually at ATH right now in Longwood, and Will is actually going to help me install this so we can really do a good quality DIY and show you guys exactly what needs to be done professionally and on the first go. So here's the box, big heavy box right here. I'm just going to try and open it. I don't have a knife, so I'm using my P.O. box key. And I'm destroying the box already with the P.O. box key because it's literally the sharpest key of all time. Paper. Drift HQ backpack bag type of thing. We make these for SORCERY also, in case you buy stuff, get one free. Here is a Drift HQ banner. Packing materials. Let's see what this is. It's more Drift HQ swag. Keychain. It's got a little Drift HQ care package to go with it. Alright, let's check this box out. M3, because I have M3 brakes in my car. CNC brackets, really nice. I'll show you close-ups in like 2 seconds. Pull the rest of them out. All the ARP hardware. And here is bracket number 2. These basically slip over, caliper bolts on. That's it for that box. And so I guess this box is the E39 calipers. Yep. And these are E39 brake calipers. These will be the secondary caliper that's added. So that's it. Okay, so first up we are going to disconnect the brake cable. That goes to the stock handbrake. It's just a 10mm, I guess a deep socket, that way you can get in there and get it off. Will's gonna do that real quick. Okay, so we're gonna take it all apart now. Right here on the front of the rotor, there's 2 bolts on the M3's caliper setups or whatever brake things. There's 2 bolts on the non-M's, there's only 1. This is a 6mm Allen on the back of the caliper holding it in place. It's 2 7mm Allen bolts on the bottom holding the carrier in place, which also needs to come off. There are 2 16mm hex. Once that all comes apart, this kind of just comes to pieces, and then we gotta pretty much just take apart the whole assembly of the handbrake. Good? Good? Oh, fuck it. Here, just film me doing that. I'm just gonna say that.
You're holding a shell.
Okay. And last but not least, to get the caliper off, we have to pry this thing out with a flathead screwdriver, which is the bracket. Spring clip. Clip first. Clip first.
Actually, I would do these first. But on the caliper, the clips first. Because if you take this off, let it hang, it's just be a lot harder.
Step 1, remove. Step 2. So he's gonna take a hammer and hit right here and here to kind of shimmy it off, like basically the vibrations, you free it. That way you save the rotor instead of just banging the rotor like most people normally do.
Alright, to delete the e-brake system, once you remove the cable inside the car, the other portion of the cable is right here. You release the spring and with a pick, grab another pick to pull the cable out of its locking point. So then you can pull it out from behind. You have two 5mm Allens right here and here holding the shoes in. When you pull those out, it'll release the shoes from the actual hub assembly. And then you have two springs, pop those out with hooks, and the whole assembly will come apart and just delete it. After that, cut the shield off so you can release it from the knuckle without having to pull the hub and the bearing out, and then we will add on the new caliper assembly. The dust shield, we have these two 10mm bolts, followed by right by where the e-brake cable's hanging, two 16mm. You're gonna have to come at these with wrenches. You won't be able to get a socket and a ratchet in. Once this is removed, get a cutting wheel to cut the shield. Probably best spot's right here. Separate in two, you can just slide out of the assembly.
So in order to get the Drift HQ bracket to fit, there's a hole in everything, it lines up. All the bolt holes are perfect, but this bolt right here is in the way. So we have to flip it around. But even when you flip it around, that bolt needs to be grinded down a little bit on the head side so that it clears perfectly. Right now, it totally hits. So once it's flipped and grinded down, it'll fit perfectly together, and that's it. We're good to go. All the bolts are pretty self-explanatory because they kind of only fit in one hole. So, small one at the top, 2 regular ones on the sides. So with the bolt flipped around backward, with the bolt flipped around and it grinded down, you can see how it just clears. It's like within a millimeter or so of clearance, but it fits. So we're just replacing the rotor and the bolts that go back into the front. This is the carrier now, we're replacing that part. Just reinstalling the caliper like normal, just how you change brake pads. So this is the E39 Carrier, and the 2 bolts came with hardware, so you can mount it to the back of the bracket, which is over here. And then you just use the necessary hardware that comes with it to put it together. Just 2 bolts, real basic. So once you have the carrier in place, you just basically install the caliper and the brake pads like you do a normal brake job. There's nothing super complicated or super crazy about that, so we're not going into like extreme detail on that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Once that's together, then we just need to run the lines and do the rest of the interior work. So that's next. So we had to cut this one short, so we'll split it into a 2-parter. This is part 1, and this was like us installing the Drift HQ kit for the dual caliper with the E39 caliper and the brackets that they built with all the hardware. You know, hopefully this helped. Hopefully it showed you how to delete stuff, get everything together so you can run this handbrake, or an additional handbrake for a dual caliper setup for drifting, or whatever else you use it for. Other than that, I mean, part 2 will be us installing the pullback brake and all the other stuff like that, like running the lines didn't fit in the tubes, blah, 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 all that stuff. If you're interested in buying the kit, I'll have a link in the description below. You can go to their website, check them out. They make them for the different E36, E46, regular non-M brakes, M brakes, or M like the brake or knuckle or whatever it is. Yeah, I guess that's really it. I'll see you guys in the next vlog. Peace. Good? Good? Oh, fucking. Here, just